Hi, this is Deborah. I'm joining you from Edinburgh, Scotland, and today I want to talk about the dangers and challenges behind using the traditional liberal and conservative labels. I personally find it really hard to classify myself as one or the other because in a lot of ways I have tendencies for both. If you talk to my more liberal friends, they definitely would say that I'm more on the conservative side, and if you talk to my conservative friends, they definitely say I'm on the liberal side. But I don't really feel at home in either group. The conservatives think I'm liberal because I'm a woman and I study to be a pastor, and when I'm with liberal Christians, I find that the way that I talk and the way that I dress is completely different than how a majority of them are dressing and talking. But I really think that it's not fair, necessarily, to just go ahead and label someone one way or the other. And that's because both groups have traditionally had a bad reputation. For example, the conservative Christians, you say that you don't believe in a woman being a pastor and people right away want to say that you're a chauvinist, or you say that you don't agree with LGBTQ and people right away want to say that you're homophobic. And that's not necessarily the case. I'm a woman, I study to be a pastor, and I have worked in a church, and a lot of my friends don't believe that I should be a pastor because they just think that that's not a place for a woman. And they're still really good friends of mine. I think that as long as they've reasoned it out through the scriptures, if they don't share my calling, but they're still very respectful of the direction that my life is headed in, I can't ask them to change. And I feel in a way it would be unfair for me to ask them to change. On the other hand, liberal Christians have also had a bad reputation because in some ways it's very hard to find the balance between ethics and morality versus what is actually faith. And while many people would applaud the liberal church for going out and actually engaging in social justice, the question is, why are you doing it? Like, is it just to make the world a better place, or is it something more? And I think that when we consider the persecution that is happening in the world, as well as historically how our Anabaptist brothers and sisters have lost their lives, and other people as well, like the Martyr's Mirror, we have to say, why did they lose their faith? And I think that to just say something like all religions are equal and there's no difference between them might actually be, in a way, downplaying what is happening in our world today and what has happened in the past. And that might actually be sort of offensive or not really fair. So those are just my thoughts on this topic, but I'd be really interested to hear yours as well. So drop me a line, let me know what you think.